what I achieved in that 6 years that I played was astonishing. Like, I mean, I was against it. Man, if you do your research and you deep delve into your archives, I used to speak out when I was 20 years old, talking about dailies running on old legs. I remember my old man rung me and said, "Son, what are you saying? What are you doing that for? What are you doing?" I said, "Mate, I'm backing myself, Dad." You know what I mean? They're not going to give me the credit. I'm going to put the pressure on my own self, because then I have to perform. I have to work hard. I have to strive, you know? And subhanAllah, like, God is the greatest, and every game I played daily or fitler, I outplayed them and my team beat them. We're not talking over 1 year, 2 years, we're talking 5 years straight, you know what I mean? Or 6 years, whatever I was in the sport. And I know it was personal, because I used to stay stuff before the game. We used to get photo shoots, me and Fitler, or me and Daly, like a boxing fight. Like, it's on between these two. And then in the game, as the funny stuff will happen, like, you know, a 5'8" or a fullback will catch the kickoff, and they'll pass it on to the front rower. If I was on the same side as them, they'd catch it, look at me and come straight at me, try and bump, you know? And I'll just hit them and say, all day, brother, all day. I used to talk, because when I talk smack, it makes me rise to that next level, you know what I mean? And even when I fight, you know, when I'm feeling good and feeling the flow, the mojo, I talk that smack. And I've been doing that ever since I was a kid. Always been a part of me, with my cousins, friends growing up, you know, playing handball, playing marbles, playing basketball, whatever it may be. I would just talk crap, man. Just get in their head. Like, I used to talk about, you know, the selectors being racist and being judgmental, you know. When I didn't get picked 1 year for the Australian team, because Fitler and Daly were out, and they thought I was going to get picked. The quote was from the coach at the time, is that I didn't get picked because of my off-field characteristics. Now, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't get in trouble, anything with the law. But because I was outspoken and backed myself, they didn't like it, the system didn't like it. That's the only excuse I had. But I used to always talk about how Nathan Blacklock, 3 years in a row, highest try scorer, didn't get picked to State of Origin. Preston Campbell, Dally M Player of the Year, didn't get picked to State of Origin. David Peachy was the best fullback of the year. Over years, didn't get picked to State. I got picked to State of Origin eventually, but for years he didn't. Myself, same thing. I was best statistically, the man at 5'8" for years, and I got through only one time, you know. But now, hopefully, the guys that are taking over now from my generation, like the Brad Fittlers, and they see that circumstance, and you know they're picking players on merit now, which is what it should have been like from back then. You know, I'm glad it's changing, and I'm happy for the boys. You know, Mitchell and Josh addo-carr and James Robertson and the brothers like that. Yeah, I definitely would love to see more. I mean, you gotta be prepared for the wrath. You know what I mean? You gotta have the resilience that's undeniable. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you can go under, man. And a lot of the brothers are scared. You know what I mean? And which is understandable, but if you're true to who you are, and you know you believe in what you are, and you're trying to fight for the right cause and the right plight, and fight against injustice and oppression and everything else, that adversity, then I say, the more the merrier.